At Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont, we believe in spiritual living. Above all else, it is a philosophy that teaches us how to think and not what to think. We invite everyone to practice this philosophy by living in principle. We believe that God is all there is, and each person's relationship to God is a personal one. Every person, place, and thing, and all the space in between is not only an expression of God, but God itself. All love, peace, and beauty that is God exists within each person right now. Together we are all connected as one. Our faith allows us to apply this philosophy to our lives in every moment of every day. As we live in love, we see love revealed and flowing through the world around us. We act as citizens of this spiritual community at all times. This is how we think. We believe in God, we believe in ourselves, and we believe in you because we believe in spiritual living. We are the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont.
Good morning, everyone. And how are you? You look mighty fine from up here. I hope you feel that good. Beautiful day outside. We're starting to get our warm weather back again. And God's in the house, so everything should be well, huh? Well, welcome to you here in the sanctuary and to all of you online. My name is Yvonne Fowler, and I'm one of the practitioners here. And if you're here for the first time, over here on my left is some welcome packets in the back of the sanctuary for you to take. So if you're interested in learning more about us, take that, read it, and if you have any questions, ask any of us. Okay? And after the service, we have fellowship and a meal in Carter Hall. So please, we really want you to stay for that and meet some of our members and friends. Please take a moment to make sure your cell phones are turned off. Mine is. We'll read our vision statement, and I'd like us to read it together. There it is. CSLB is an inclusive and transformative community of spiritual practice. So there's some announcements also that I'd like to tell you about. It. The first one is the Good Grief Support Group, and that meets in the sanctuary every week on Thursdays, and that's in person. And it's from 1 to 2:30, and Reverend Michael is the facilitator for that. And it's not just for loss of a loved one or health or whatever, it's for anything. So if you have anything on your mind and would like to have a little bit more clarity or feel some support, please come to that. So that's from 1 to 2:30 on Thursdays. And then we have our Clockwork Mind. That's on Sunday, May 5th, which is going to be next Sunday, and that's with Michael Kirkru, and he'll be holding a workshop called Clockwork Mind. And that's going to begin at 12 o'clock, and it'll be from 12 to 1:30. So it's a love offering only, and we hope that you'll stay, have lunch with us, and then stay for the workshop, okay? And then on Wednesday, we'll have our third movie and a meal, and that's on May 8th. So the second Wednesday of every month, we have the metaphysical movie and meal night, and there'll be a spaghetti dinner. And this time it's going to be Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And I suppose most of you have read that story a long time ago, but it's time to get it refreshed. And Reverend Michael has such a way of getting us involved in the discussion afterwards. It's really kind of fun. There's a free community assistance event, and that's San Gorgonio Pass Faith in Action. And that's going to be on May 18th from 10 to 3. And it's going to be right here outside in our perimeter. And we did it a few years ago. It's where you get to see what all the benefits are of for the community, and Interfaith puts that together. So there will be representatives from many different county departments and information to help from several of the Riverside County and California Public Assistance programs. So there's free food, there's fun activities, and we want to let you know that there's lots of stuff out there available for people that need it. If it's not you, it might be your neighbor or friend. So we hope that you'll come in and see what it's all about. May 18th, okay, and it's from 10 to 3, and it'll be right around outside. We'll have tables set up with each of the representatives there. Powering your decisions. Your CSLB will be holding a new class. It's a certified class, Powering Your Decisions, on Wednesday, and that starts on May 22nd through July 10th at 2 to 4 p.m. It will be facilitated by Reverend Michael, and there's more information to come. Stay after service, please, for a wonderful session of love and lunch at the Carter Hall. Fellowship and food are wonderful toppers to a wonderful experience. So there is going to be the Science of Mind discussion group meeting this Thursday at 10 a.m. and that's at Emmy's house, Emmy Vell's house. And what we do is we take the monthly magazine, Science of Mind, and we'll be talking about April at the May meeting, which is going to be the first Thursday. It'll be this Thursday. And we get there at 9:50, so we can start promptly at 10. And then after we do the discussion, we have a potluck, of course, food. Nourish the soul. And that's really a very, very wonderful way to spend Thursday morning. And I wanted to tell you about the yard sale. I'm really happy about that. All of you brought in your slightly used stuff, and we had a yard sale a couple of weeks ago now, and you all came and bought. So we made $728 at the yard sale, so that was very good. And I just want to thank everybody that was involved, because it takes a village for cleanup and breakdown and for bringing all the stuff. So thank you very much. The church thanks you. And now it's time for our opening video, our opening song.
As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me, my heart is open, I am free. I open to all that is. It brings me to my knees. I surrender. I am peace. As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me, surrender. I am peace. As I say a tender
Lots of beautiful words. Well, the other practitioners and I will be available over here on this side of the sanctuary for a 2-minute miracle, for a small prayer, if you have anything on your mind. So please join us over here. There's no sense leaving here with anything that's bothering you. Let's try to work it out in that short time. So please see one of the practitioners right over here on the right hand, my left-hand side, after service. And when I think about that song and surrender, I think about us having faith and often having to surrender to that faith because we don't really know what might be going on. But we do know that God is as us, with us, in us, above us, below us, everywhere present, right here and right now. And in this sacred place, our sanctuary, we feel the love, the peace, the harmony, the joy, knowing that each of us are connected. And we bless the media text as our service runs smoothly and the music makes sense to us and we feel the words. And we know that our speaker today, almost Reverend Sonja Prince, is going to be telling us the words that we can use as we leave the sanctuary. I know that we're open and that we surrender to what's new. And so it is. I want to introduce Sonja. And we've had her here before, so we all know her. But Neil is here. Our almost Reverend Neil is here, and he'll be with us from now on because he starts with us. So we're so happy about that. So those two are ministerial students together, and so this is a special day. But Sonja, Neil showed me how to do this, so I want to introduce you because it's always nice to know a little bit more about people than what they see. Sonja Prince is a spiritual practitioner and speaker with a gift for helping people achieve success and manifest their dreams. She hosts the Divine Truth Talk Women's Program and soon-to-be podcast. Sonja has a bachelor's degree in business administration, is a certified health minister in Hallelujah Acres, and is in her final year of ministerial student at Holmes Institute. She is also an award-winning singer, I think many of us know that, who always enjoys singing for community organizations and fundraisers. She's the 2012 winner of the Menifee Got Talent, Canyon Lakes Get Talent, and serves as the 2021 Menifee City Queen and Chamber of Commerce spokesperson. Prior to committing to ministry full-time, Sonja enjoyed a successful career in the medical field as an administrator of an orthopedic practice and later as a regional manager and marketing manager for two radiation oncology groups in Orange County. As a ministerial intern, she participates in all aspects of ministry at University CSL, Riverside CSL, under Reverend Jeffrey's guidance and support. Reverend Sonja.
something? Oh, look at that. Good morning. So I'm happy to be back. I feel like I'm at home when I come here anyway. So I'm welcome back home to me. So I just want to say thank you to Reverend Michael, who asked me if I could come today. I recognize and know that he's having a great time right where he is, and that we're going to have a great time right where we are, right? Right? Okay, so this thing is always up in my face. So I push that down. So it's so wonderful to be here and see all of you once again. And so you know me, I like to start off with something funny, and so I have a joke for you. And so the joke says, a mother of a 6-year-old girl invited some people for dinner. That evening at the table, the mom asked her daughter to say grace. And so the girl said, I don't know what to say. The girl, she said to her mom, I guess I've never done this before. I don't know what to say, and it's a good group of people at our table. So her mom said, just say what you hear mommy says. So that's what the mom's suggestion was. So the girl thought about it for a minute, and then she bowed her head and said, Lord, why the heck, but not heck, did I invite these people to dinner? So that was her prayer. Why the heck did I invite these people to dinner? So this month, and the Science of Mind magazine, and the themes are this saying, giant gentleness. So it's pointing us back to being gentle to ourselves. At least that's my interpretation of it. It's being gentle with ourselves, and this giant part of us is that spiritual part of us, isn't it? We're giants, and some of us don't even know it. But I'm here to tell you today that you're a giant, because what is within you is large, it's enormous. When you think about what the word giant means, that's big, massive, enormous, right? And then gentleness is that softening and that easy and pliable. Just, I think of a marshmallow, soft and squishy. So we have this soft and squishy part of us. But that's not the topic for today. But I just wanted to go over what the theme for Science of Mind is this week. But the topic for the day is this gentle Cosmic-ness. So again, gentleness. Cosmic, this space, the cosmos out there, and ness is this adjective that starts conditions or quality. Ness is quality, the quality of it all. So it's pointing us back to how do we look at the world and the future of humanity with gentleness. How do we do that? And how do we rise in gentleness in nature and as a universal community? Because all these things are what we are. Because like right now, how do we rise, how do we see the world with gentleness when there is war over here and famine over here and floods over here and poverty over here and racism over there? And how do we find gentleness with that? So some of us in the room are practitioners, and what we know to be a practitioner is that we have to rise above what all these conditions out there. So in practitioner school, they say, they tell us that we're peeling back the onion. But I'm not an onion, but I know there's many layers of me and my personality. So getting to all of that minutia that I grew up in, then you're too short, you're too brown, you're too whatever people want to say about you, and you take that on as that's who you are, but we know that that's not who we are. Because there is a giant inside of us that's bigger than anything that someone has told you that you were. Unless they're telling you that you're great, that you're magnificent, that you are whole, perfect, and complete, don't tell me anything if you're not telling me that. Don't tell me anything if you're not telling me that there's a giant inside of me that's part and partial. We say in us, as us, around us, what Yvonne was saying this morning. So if you're not telling me that, don't tell me anything. What did mother say? If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. So that's what we're talking about today. So life is not something that is to be endured. It is to be lived in joy, in the fullness, without limit. Without limit. And that's what Ernest Holmes said in Discovering a Richer Life. Without limit. So, how do we show up in the world? Knowing that there is a beautiful expression of God that we are, that is inside of us, that there is no separation between us and it. How do we show up in the world? Well, sometimes we get out of the bed and we stub our toe and we say, darn, and the rest of the day is downhill. But what if we got out of the bed in the morning and say, good morning, world, and thank you. Look in the mirror and say it to yourself, I love you. Thank you. I am an expression of the divine, and I'm going to go out and spread this love, because that is our purpose in life, is love. People say, what is my purpose in life? Your purpose of life is to reveal this divine impression of God that is within us. And that expression is love. What is your goal? What is your profession? What is your volition? Whatever you decide it to be, right? But it should be something that brings you joy. It should be something that inspires you. It should be something that when the world sees you, they say, what a beautiful expression of God that is. She is, he is, whatever, they are. What a beautiful expression. But sometimes, like I say, there are triggers. So there's a quote by Adishante that says, a total acceptance of yourself brings about a total transcendence of yourself. When we totally accept ourselves, we transcend all this stuff that's out there, all this stuff that people said about us, all this stuff that we've taken on as who we truly are, but it's not who we truly are. And in that book, out of Shantae's book, he says that the thing that he most, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm trying to remember I can't remember the exact quote, but one of the things that he did was he believed in what his teacher, his mentor, his shaman, whatever you want to call it, said to him. So how many times do we get up here and we talk and say, we are the divine expression of the one. We have a giant inside of us. This is who we are. Individualized expression of the one. And we leave here and something triggers us and we forget. We forget. And then we go back to that personality self that is mad because somebody cut us off on the freeway, or something happens in our life and we forget who we are and whose we are. It's really very sad because it can happen in an instant, can't it? It can happen in an instant. So, Yesterday, I was on the Zoom, and Yvonne was on the Zoom, and I recognized her, and I didn't come on my camera, but I saw Yvonne on the camera, and so this woman was talking, and she was saying, this is how you heal. This is how you heal all those parts of you. And she talked from a perspective of being a Jewish woman that grew up with I'm going to do air quotes, Old Testament, because we were taught, Neil and I were in school, we were taught, don't call it the Old Testament, because it's not old to the people that use it. It's very relevant and new, because they're using it all the time, every day. But back to this story, she was talking about pain and going through something, and she connected and recognized the master teacher, Jesus. And she began to study the word of Jesus. And we go on to say that Jesus was not the exception, but he was an example, right? So back to the quote from Adeshante, if you can't believe in what your master teachers are telling you, then why are you studying? Why are you in the class? You're not going to believe it anyway. So she went on to say that she had made this great connection with the master teacher, studied everything about Jesus and his Christ consciousness. And it says, you can do greater things than I. And so what she was reminding us was this giant inside of us that we can have to heal any situation, any problem, any lack, any limitation, any illness, any whatever it might be. But we have to start with ourselves first. Heal that part of us that's hurt, that we feel is hurt, but we know our soul has never been hurt. It has never been hurt. It has never been injured. We just need to open up, recognize it, surrender to it, and know who and whose we are, and live from this place of magnificence, this place of giantness, this enormous part of us, without any hesitation, without any fear, without anything. Live from this beautiful place inside of us. So there are 3 areas that we need to look at. One is humanity. We get bad news every day if we watch the news. But we get to remember that there is so much more to life than circumstances. And the science of mind tells us that. We realize that since there is only one life force energy, that it is present everywhere at all times, then it is alive and well in humanity. It is alive and well in humanity. And then in nature, number 2, climate changes. We're worried about that. We're worried about our climate. But in the nature, we have a macrocosm. It's the same feedback loop asking for us to be aware of what we're doing to ourselves, the earth, and all the pieces and parts as a whole. As above, so below. Whatever we do it to ourselves, right? So we must recognize that. And science of mind tell us that what we focus on, we get more of. When we use love as our compass, we are led to new possibilities. Love is the answer. Embrace it, feel it, rejoice in it, and talk about it. Share it, celebrate it, and we'll get more of it, right? So remember, love is is greater than anything. There was a song, The Greatest Love of All. Now she was talking about that love within inside of her, which is that great giant part of us. So, I write a whole lot of stuff when I write my talks, and I only say a portion of it. So there are some steps. So the first step is starting with ourselves and acknowledging how we can allow all the moments to be for our highest and best. Can you imagine that? Can you use that part of you that is the imagination and imagine that everything that you do, that you see, that you experience is for your highest and best? And then we move beyond judgment and we embrace active compassion in our relationships with others. That's the second step. I see you. I see the face of God in you. How can I injure that? How can I be mad at that? How can I say things that's going to offend you when all I see when I look at you is the face of God looking back at me? And the third is we breathe gentleness into our community, into our politics, and into all our activities. We breathe gentleness and compassion into that. And finally, we celebrate the moments of embodying that giant and continuing this beautiful journey. Because if we're still here, we still have work to do. And our work is to spread love throughout the world. And like dropping a pebble in the water, and the ripple effects goes out, 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 out. So big, so wide. And so that's what we are to do. And so all of our work is a part of ushering in the kingdom of heaven and actualizing peace right here, right now on earth. And Ernest Holmes says, I think love is the only security there is in the universe. There is nothing worthwhile without it. And do I do the affirmation now for today, Adrian? No, not yet. Okay. So let's just go within. Let's just go within. And we recognize that there is only one life. The life is in all, everywhere, present all the time. And there is nothing outside, no thing outside of this life. And this life is perfect. It's whole. It's complete. You are perfect, whole, and complete. And so when we know this and we recognize this and we surrender into it, we open up to the beauty and expansiveness of everything that we are. This beautiful individualized expression of the one. This life that we are living is God's life. It is meant to be lived full out, bold, expressive, with love, with compassion, in peace with joy. This is our mission. This is who we are. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to be here and spend this beautiful time with you. There's no place I'd rather be. In community with you. Celebrating the truth of who we are. Celebrating the one power, presence, God within, without. Everywhere present, around. And I thank you for allowing me to share myself, my thoughts, my prayers for the world, my prayers for myself, my prayers for you, with you today. In love and gratitude, I let go. I let God be the beautiful expression of CSL Beaumont, of myself, of all of you, right here, right now, today. And let's affirm it by saying together, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonja.
As I say a tender yes to everything that
I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. That the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing
It's like your whole life you've been training for this moment, and when the time comes you just disown it, meaning you just surrender, don't control it, not interested in the clay pots and molded, or sitting next to the path trying to unfold it, or waiting for the fruits to fall down toward you. Let it go and now you're flowing, feeling quite gorgeous, so you take steps away instead of towards it. What a rush, feeling freedom with nothing to hold. We've been taught that what you touch will always turn to gold, and now we're learning when we let it go it overflows, with no credit to take, cause no credit is home. A higher power working deeper where the seeds are sowed, and when the seeds are true, then they're seeds of gold. But the real gold is joy when life starts to flow, and when it does, you just smile, cause now you know. I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. Let the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
whatever grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow.
When it grows, it grows.
Whatever dies will
And when it dies, it dies. Come on.
Works will
If it works, it works.
whatever flies will
Let it fly, let it
whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
When it fails, it
What's meant
fails.
to soar will soar.
And when it soars, it soars.
I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow.
Let it grow, let it
whatever
grow.
dies will
When
die.
it dies, it dies.
Whatever works will
And when it works, it works.
whatever flies
Yeah,
will fly.
let it fly, let it
whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
When it fails, it fails.
To soar will soar.
Let it soar.
I am
I'm
planting
planting seeds and nothing more.
Adrian, who was that by? Daniel Namad? Do you remember he was here with us and he shared how he met this guy from wherever?
India.
India,
That
and
was
they brought
Nemo
it all
from India.
together?
Yes.
Wonderful. And that's, the gratitude, and that's what we can do with, he does it with his music, we can do it with our money. We can do it with our finances because we're here also to support the church and all that we do. So this is joyful giving part. And if you'll help me read this together. I give and receive freely and generously with a big heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is, and so it is. And for you that want to give, you can just do cslb.org if you want to do it, or you can text the give to 951-420-6909. And the other thing now is Marcia's here, and she has a credit card machine, so that if you need to give by credit card, she's able to do that too. And our closing song.
Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything.
All right, let's everybody get up and circle up and grab hands and do all that fun stuff. We're going to do our closing song. Our closing song here is going to be I Love Myself So Much. Lyrics will be on the screen. And then afterwards, we'll close out. Reverend Sonja Prince will close us out with a wonderful affirmation. Oh.
That you can love
so you can start loving me. All right. So the affirmation today is, and we could say, I'll say it first and we can say it together. Do you have it for the screen, Adrian? I don't have an affirmation. Okay. The world is alive as love itself. So let's say that together. The world is alive with love itself. All right. That's it? All right. All right. Okay, we're going to fellowship in the hall. Lots of good food. I got 2 microphones.
All my people, no matter who you are, what you done, or where you came from, everyone is different.